This is Phil Bell on the Daily Mojo with your morning update. Let me tell you a story. In September of 2018, FreedomWorks moved to what would prove to be its final office space. And those offices overlooked the rail yard at Washington, D.C.'s Union Station. That meant every day I came to work with my camera and watched trains go by all day while doing my work. It was heaven. And while I was there, since I didn't expect to be at FreedomWorks forever, I hatched a plan that after I started my own railroad, I was going to bring one of our trains into that rail yard and wave at my coworkers to thank them for all the opportunities I had with that great organization. But then came May of 2024, and that's when FreedomWorks shut down abruptly. That meant while I still can start my own railroad, and I will, and while I could still bring our trains into Washington Union Station, and I plan to, there won't be any FreedomWorks there for me to wave at. Now, why do I bring this up? I'm bringing it up because the reality is that no job is forever. And what's more, very few of us will ever get to control how we leave a job. Not only did I have no ability to stop what happened to FreedomWorks, but think about Bill Belichick, who won all of those Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. He too got fired and no longer had his own job. So if you are in the federal government and you're worried about your continued employment, I want to say to you sincerely that while I don't have any sympathy for you, I have a lot of enthusiasm for you, because many of you were not being used to your greatest extent. Many of you were not earning as much as you can. And so leaving the federal government and being able to take the skills that you've built up over so many years is going to benefit you and your families, even though there will be a very difficult period of transition. And I don't say this as happy talk because, quite frankly, last year when I lost my job at FreedomWorks, it was painful. I was scared. I didn't know how I was going to pay the mortgage. I didn't know how I was going to make my car payment, and I didn't know how I was going to eat. But now I've been able to devote more time to things like the Daily Mojo, the All-American Talk Show, the All Aboard podcast by All Things Trains, and building a fundraising business that's starting to have some success. You too will have great opportunities, and so too will all of the Americans who have been paying for a bloated government for years and years when our taxes are lowered, when government spending is lowered, and when government borrowing is lowered. So what I want you to do is leave a comment below this video. Let us know what you think. And I also want you to download the Daily Mojo smartphone app and enable notifications. That way you'll be up to date on the latest craziness and good stuff coming out of Washington, D.C., and you'll know how to share it with others. We'll see you down the line, and thanks for choosing the Daily Mojo.
Phil Bell's Morning Update is only on the Daily Mojo.com.